Good evening, everyone. This is Srikant Rajan. Welcome to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com, the only platform where you learn to invest and trade in the stock market, plan your financial goals, invest in different financial assets, and grow with a community of knowledgeable investors. If you are not a part of the community yet, visit our website to join the community free of cost. Coming to the market today, the Nifty opened with a slight gap up at 16,270, and immediately we saw the selling coming in. So probably the FIs went on to a block order of selling, and that just got executed with a big fall in the market. In fact, the fall continued, and at some point of time it even breached 16,000 mark. Yes, 16,000, which was considered as a major support by us, was broken very briefly, but immediately the DIIs kicked in and they came on to buy for a huge buying in the market. In fact, for the day, DIIs bought for 4,181 crores. Yes, they bought for 4,181 crores, and FIs continued to sell. They sold for 3,609 crores. But one thing good is the DIS actually bought more than what the FIs sold, and we could see major power coming in from the banks from India, majorly the private banks. We could see HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, and ICICI Bank powering Nifty majorly and supported the Nifty from further fall. But then the major laggards for the day were ITC, Infosys, and HCL Tech, which actually were down and dragged the Nifty along with them. Coming to some stock specific news, we could see Gujarat Gas and Mahanagar Gas actually going up today. In fact, Gujarat Gas was part of our portfolio, and we could see it rising up to almost 8% in the opening, and of course after that settled with some small profit booking, settled 6% up. MGL was also up 3% in the day. If you look at Adani Ports, they were supposed to share their quarterly results today, but then there was an announcement from the management that they have been rescheduling this to May 24th. This actually spooked the market, and we could see the share ending downwards 1.52%. Things are kind of still not settled, we could say. In fact, we are waiting for some very important news, which I'll of course talk about a little later. But yes, the markets are still not stable. But of course, one thing that I'm really happy about is the 16,000 mark still taking a good support. So coming to some news from Ethos. Ethos is a new IPO baby. Yes, the bidding is starting on 18th of May. So for people who don't know, Ethos is into luxury watches sales. Yes, you would have seen their showrooms across Bangalore and other cities. So they are opening their IPO on May 18th. Apart from that, of course, a lot of excitement seen around LIC. So let us see how LIC gets listed tomorrow, and looking forward to some good gains because majority of our members have also subscribed to the same. Coming to the global markets, the US futures were kind of positive in the day, and things were kind of looking good. But as the market opened, if you look at the US market actually has opened flat. Dow Jones, Nasdaq, as well as S&P 500 has opened almost flat. And the major news that we were waiting was the consumer price index, the inflation data in the US. In fact, I had told you in the morning podcast that the economists were actually expecting a 8.1% for the data for the inflation, but the US market inflation has come in at 8.3%, which is more than the expectation. But one good thing is it has reduced from the last month. Yes, so last month in March, the inflation was at 8.6%, and April it has come down to 8.3%. So even though 8.3% is higher than expectation was 8.1%, but still, since it was lower than the last month, probably the US markets are kind of taking it slightly positive, probably thinking that the worst is probably over. And that's exactly why we could see right now as I speak, the Nasdaq is moving upwards. Yes, all the US markets are actually slightly moving upwards, But yes, nothing can be confirmed as of now. Things can be confirmed only tomorrow morning, because the US markets are kind of totally unreliable and things can change at any point of time. So until the market closes, there is no comments to be placed there. So if you look at the futures are kind of already kind of trading flat in the US. Nasdaq futures are already kind of down, and as I speak, SGX Nifty is also down at 16,100. So things are not kind of still stable, and I'm not sure how things will turn up tomorrow morning. Oh, as we speak, I've just checked. Nasdaq has already turned red again. So the rise which happened has actually been sold in already, and as of now, Nasdaq is down 0.8%. So this is exactly why I said US markets are totally unreliable as of now. Of course, at this point of time, even Indian markets are in the same situation, but of course not as much as the US markets. The entire global markets are suffering from this rise in inflation, and we are still waiting for data from India on the consumer price index inflation. So as of now, the only thing I need to say for tomorrow morning, we still need to wait and see what is happening at the US market. And second thing, we still are kind of happy that 16,000 support is not broken yet. Yes, so until 16,000 support is not broken, I would continue to hold my positions along with gold and silver members. We also have taken a small trade for the silver plus and gold members today for the tomorrow's expiry, which I am sure will go into profit for tomorrow. But apart from that, we have some slightly longer term expiry also trades taken, which might have to be booked on a small loss if the market breaches 16,000 and closes tomorrow. So that is the only thing that I am looking forward to. If 16,000 is not broken, we should be happy, but if 16,000 is broken, it would be a time to book some losses. So apart from that, if you look at the market tomorrow being the expiry, is going to be hugely volatile, exactly like it has been for the last 2 days. But then we need to start living with it. So it is only time that we get used to it until things get settled on the inflation side. So with that, let me end the day. But before we leave, do press the like button if you love the content that we share every day, and share this with your friends to help them learn and invest together with us. So with that, this is Srikant Rajan signing off until we catch up in the morning market podcast. Goodbye and good night. Have a great sleep. Let's catch up tomorrow.